Hello, you are with Chinchu. Today's topic is 6 mistakes you should not commit in the papers of CA, CMA, ACCA, etc. So in this video, we will be elaborately discussing techniques, tips to crack your professional exams like CA, CMA, ACCA and so on in the first attempt itself. So let's go into detail. First one is that past year question papers and RTPs. In case of CA and CMA, in the official website itself, you can get the latest past year question papers along with RTPs. What are RTPs? Revision test papers. If you are a CMA or a CA student, definitely I don't have to explain what it is. You would be very well aware of it. So don't miss that, because in most of the scenarios, in your real final paper exams, there might be at least few questions exact ditto or in the same pattern. So if you try out and if you resolve it in prior, it would be easy for you to approach it in the exam hall without getting stressed, pressured, and more than that, you would be like, okay, this question is familiar for me. Seeing a familiar question in the exam hall itself creates a kind of confidence and belief in yourself. And I don't have to tell you, especially in the exam hall of CA, CMA, ACCA papers. I'm specifically mentioning these exams because these are kind of a nightmare for majority of the students, right? So definitely that inbuilt confidence is something which it is a must, which is very much required. All right. In case of ACCA, past year question papers are a must, and you will be able to extract all those past year question papers, sample question papers from ACCA official website, which is ACCA Global. Just go to the students, and under students itself there are study resources and study materials wherein you could refer each and everything, and do practice past year question papers. It is a must, it's very necessary. Next major tip is revisions. It might sound silly, but it is the most important in case of professional courses in particular, because the syllabus would be so vast. You would be like going through each and everything, but revisions is the only thing wherein you would be remembering the content you already studied in. All right. The biggest mistake is that majority of you, the students who actually fail in these papers, are not because they didn't study or they didn't put in required effort. Instead, the major reason would be that you don't have enough revisions. That is the reason when you come under exam pressure, when you are sitting in front of your paper, you would be like getting stressed, you won't be able to recollect it. It's quite normal because the syllabus is so vast, and human brain, once you go through everything, you have studied everything, you won't be able to recollect everything on that spot itself. But multiple revisions would help you with that. So revisions are a must thing to do. In case of CA, CMA, obviously, and in case of ACCA, I would just add on one point is that technical articles, just go through it. It is important as well. Along with that, do read examiner's report. It is a must thing, because in case of ACCA, I have seen students failing in a single paper over and over and over again. There might be some issues with the kind of preparation you are making in, or the way you are presenting your paper. So in order to understand that, what exactly as an examiner is looking in your paper, if you don't know that itself, what are you going to prepare for? It is very much important, because in ACCA presentation is very important. The way you answer to those questions, how you are putting across your answers, these are a must thing. So just go through examiner's report in detail. You will get a clarity over like how to do the, what is being expected from you, what is required, what will fetch you more marks, what they are looking for in your answer. If you have that clear-cut idea, it would be easier for you to present a particular answer. Now the next question would be, okay fine, the syllabus is so vast, we have very less amount of time, we are not even able to go through the entire syllabus once or twice. How is it even possible for us to go or do multiple revisions? Very easy. You would be having those big chunk of books, heavy syllabus, the mota books, right? But trust me when I say this, if you go through the entire syllabus once, you don't have to go through the entire textbook over and over again. Use highlighters, use writing notes, use charts, summary charts, short notes. These are a must. It's very much required, because this much big one entire syllabus book, it could be accounting, it could be law, any of your subject, okay? When you just jot down important topics, important points, the tips and maybe some keywords, maybe some concepts, all those things if you include in a summary chart or in terms of short notes, it would be easier for you to just go through that multiple times, and you would be exactly remember all those things which are actually required and the most important stuff. In case of summary notes and charts, how to prepare it or how to form your own summary notes, it would be a big question for many of you. I have done a detailed video for that. I'll just drop down the link in the description box. Do check it out. Next point is planning. In planning itself, the most important thing is planning your day before, which is if I'm having exam tomorrow, the day before, today. What am I going to revise today? And especially in case of CA and CMA, wherein you might get one paper in between each papers, one paper leave, one day leave would be there. On that day, you would be getting around 30 to 36 hours. Yeah, 24 hours the entire day and half a day of the previous day. All right. In total, you might get around 30 to 35 hours. What should be there? What you are going to look, what you are going to revise, which all topics you are going to stress more, what all subject, what all areas you are going to cover in detail, what all things you would be just going through, just randomly brushing through the books. That clarity should be there. Otherwise, what happens is you would be hardly having just one day, right? On that day, naturally, in case of these professional courses, being due to its toughness and the percentage of pass percentage is very low, naturally impulse or creates that pressure and stress in the students. You would be like wondering the previous day, oh my God, what should be studied? I have left that, I have left this. And in between in that stress and pressure, you would actually forget what exactly to be looked after, which areas you should be covering in. So in order to just overcome that, you should have a clear-cut plan, like if I have 35 hours, 5 hours this particular area, these many chapters, these many topics. In that itself, you should not focus or emphasize a lot of pressure or lot of your what we call effort and time into one particular area. Which areas it should be in terms of ABC. ABC means the most important area, B should be the moderate and C should be the least important area. Your maximum amount of time should go to the A topics. And how will you identify A topics? Just run through or brush through the previous past year papers of last maybe 5 or 6 or 7 attempts and just go through and just do a little bit of analysis in the question papers. You will get a clear-cut idea as in from which area or from which topic the maximum numbers are being asked for. In case of ACCA, that will be in the ACCA material itself. They do highlight like how many percentage or how many marks are going to be asked from which all topics, which all area, like a bundle that you will be getting in from the materials itself. So do that analysis, break down your entire syllabus into A, B, C, most important, moderate and least important, and plan your time and efforts accordingly. You should not be wasting your majority of the previous day, like an entire day on something which is very less important or something which is rarely important. No, you should have that particular clarity planning. Simply studying won't help you down. Actually, that's kind of a fascinating question for me. What I have seen in students is that students who are actually failing a single paper, maybe they are losing the entire group just because of law or just because of maybe auditing, just because of theory paper. Okay, if you are putting in enough efforts, if you have studied the entire syllabus, still you are failing multiple times on a single paper. Okay, just rethink. Maybe the study pattern is wrong. Maybe from where you are actually studying, that area, resources might be wrong. Or the most important is the way of your study might be wrong. Try to change a little bit. Try to experiment with different techniques, with different methodologies, with different techniques and tips, which I have already mentioned in actually a lot of videos, and those videos are the most popular videos in my channel itself. That could be found in the first page itself. Do check it out. But my point of saying is that when you do a particular thing in the same way over and over and over again and you are expecting a different result, no, that's not going to happen, right? You should change your pattern. If you're studying in a particular way, I'll just take an example of law maybe, okay? It's a theory paper. In case of theory papers, what I have seen is people are putting a lot of efforts. It's kind of a nightmare for majority of the students in CA and CMA in order to clear theory papers, especially law, okay? So what they would be doing multiple revisions. They are reading again, third revision, reading again, fourth revision, reading again. No, it won't help you out. The best, still you won't be having that how to start the theory answer, how to like organize it, how to present it, how to remember things, how to just recollect those technical keywords, terms and all in the exam paper. Just reading won't help you out. It's a human brain. I'm not saying human brain's capacity is low. Of course not, but you are having a human brain. It's not a computer just to go through once. You will recollect all those words in the exam under exam pressure. So the best way to study a theory paper is read, write, recall. I have detailedly explained this technique in my channel on a separate video itself. So for those who haven't watched that, I'll just give a glimpse of it. Read, write, recall. In case of especially a theory paper, like you can apply this technique to any theory paper, not just law. It could be any theory paper, okay? In case of law in particular, I'll give you an example because it's a nightmare for majority of the students. First, read it. Read not line by line. Read it paragraph wise. If you're reading first paragraph, read it on a single go. Just understand, read it. Now, close your book or try to recall it. Recall it, try to like, I'm not saying to memorize it, just recall it. Okay, what I have read. Okay, talk to yourself, kind of teaching somebody, or you can talk to yourself, explain in your own words, then write it. Write is a must. It is a simple hack to register those things in your memory for longer time. It would be easier for you to recall all those things under pressure in exam hall. So read, write, recall, write in the sense, write those keywords, use highlighters, use red pens. If I just show you my law paper, law textbook and all, which I used to have in CMA book, if I open it and show you, literally won't be able to see what exactly is in the book because so much of colors, highlighters, red pens. I used to do all those arrow marks, my own keywords, my own what we feel, kind of code language or something like that. So you can write, even if you want something to be written in your mother tongue, do that, it's okay. The ultimate end or the ultimate goal is that you should be able to remember, you should be able to recall the technical and important keywords. That is a must. And for that, do use this technique. It will help you immensely. All those videos and techniques and tips which I have mentioned in this video, I'll just drop down the links in the description box, and those who really want to see that, do check it out. And I'll be coming up with a lot of informative videos. Stay tuned. Don't forget to subscribe my channel. Stay tuned. I'll keep you updated. All right, till next time. Take care. Bye-bye. See you.